'Twas brillig, and the slithy toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borrow groves, and the moon raths outgrabe. You're leaving me hanging, Tex. Come on.
Oh, sorry about that.
Where you at? No! Beware the Jabberwock, my son, the jaws that bite, the claws that catch. Beware the Jub-Job bird, and shun the frumious Bandersnatch.
He took his purple blade in hand. Long time the maxim foes thought he. So rested he by a tum-tum tree and stood a while and thought.
And as in uffish thought he stood, the Jabberwock with eyes of flame came whiffling through the tulgey wood and burbled as it came.
1, 2, 1, 2, and through, his vorpal blade went snicker-snack. He left it dead, and with its head he went galumping back.
Now the best line. And hast thou slain the Jabberwock? Come to my arms, my beamish boy. A frabjous day, Callooh, Calais, he chortled in his joy.
Was brillig. Lively toves did gyre and gimble in the wabe. All mimsy were the borogoves, and the mumraths outgrabe.
Weirdest stream intro ever. What's up, guys? Welcome to Wasted
Evening,
Space.
folks.
With joining of the Tex, as usual. No Wedgie this week, sadly, and we're back on Mars. With a bit of Jabberwocky. I don't know, it seems vaguely appropriate. We've definitely gone down some sort of rabbit hole. This one seems a bit more weird, perhaps. And a bit more full of Gundam things and mechs and whatnot. So welcome to everyone in chat. How are you all doing this evening? Hello to everyone who's watching this after the fact as well. Not that that really works, but hey anyway. And hello to Tex, who is joining me, just getting the game loaded up in the background. We, of course, back on Mars. And I think today we're probably going to be doing a bit of building. I know there was talk at the end of the last stream about perhaps getting some building done off stream so that we came back into the action. And then there was a bunch of comments saying, hey, Wasted, like, we actually quite enjoy watching the building bit. So don't do that. Just maybe stop forgetting parts all the time. That might be a better idea. So maybe we're going to try that today. Okay, with the first donation of the night. Wow, man. He's always quick in there. Looking for something to watch. Glad you're streaming. I need to wake up still early. Okay, well, how does that? I don't understand, dude. Good morning, but yes.
So you're saying you don't think we're going to actually escape from Mars today?
Of course we're going to. Every day is an escape from Mars. That's how it works, right? Am I sitting here slowly killing myself this whole time? So last episode we basically ended it. We ended it with Wedgie dropping this blooming thing on my head, which is over here still. Like that he left the atmospheric thruster there at the end. And with recovering the 3 vehicles we now own from the place we blew ourselves out of rather inefficiently. It was quite a fun stream, I thought. I don't know, maybe. Today's plans are going to be to build something awesome, and I think Tex actually has some plans for this. You were musing on such earlier, and I didn't want to push you too hard because, yeah, I wanted to get a real reaction for the stream. So, what is your thinking, dude?
So we've got this nice little flying vehicle here, which is kind of boxy, and it's got a little turret on the top. And frankly, I've always wanted a flying fire truck.
What? Okay, for anyone who doesn't get this, by the way, Tex is a fireman himself. So there is a link here. Okay, but are we replacing... I assume the hose gets replaced by DACA.
I don't know. The DACA has to be up on the front where the deck gun is on top of the pump panel.
I see, okay. You know this stuff better than me. You know this stuff. Oh, and another donation. Commissar Fox. Oh, our Imperial Thought of the Day. Malicious power. Guard it well. Thing is, I can only do orc voices, so doing Imperial Thought of the Day is difficult for me. I need to get like a really gritty, like, I hate my life sort of voice on the go for an Imperial, I think. So yeah, we are thinking flying fire truck.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Why not? We can make it red that way, and everyone can stop complaining about the pink.
Yeah, I was thinking red with a nice little racing stripe. The ones with the racing stripes go faster.
Well, the red ones go faster, so we're already onto a winner. If we can put a racing stripe on and that helps as well, then awesome. I guess get going, man, and I will just help out.
All right, and were we wanting to do a mobile base, or what did you think?
Let's get the flying fire truck done first and get a connector on the bottom of it, because I'm thinking that we can stick together a pretty simple large ship platform that's just got the basics on it. You know, an assembler, a med bay, and cargo and a place to recharge stuff, and use that as kind of, instead of this single platform that we've got going on here, we move our stuff around with us.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I think that's the plan. Yeah, for anyone wondering what's going on with the scenario and so on, it is a very awesome scenario made by a guy called Duck Roll, which is you are thrown onto Mars, and we've been to a bunch of different places now on Mars, learned a fair bit about what's going on here. We just crashed here, basically, crash-landed here. We didn't know a huge amount about what was going on. What we do now know is that the G-Corp, which is the corporation that is holding this entire planet kind of hostage, almost. They're trying to control the planet for this, what is it called? No, it's not the uranium. They're trying to control it for some special resource that comes off of it, basically, and they're trying to hush it all up, kill anybody that tries to get out of here, and our job is to try and escape by stealing various plans and technology from the Jeep Corp guys, using their stuff to build what we're doing, because we're limited in a number of different ways as to what we can actually build up. So if you look at our blueprints, for example, there's some things that we don't actually have in here, like we can't build a refinery, for example, which is obviously a bit of a problem. Oh, bloody hell. Double donations. Oh, Cat says the pink is a bit painful. Yes, it is. That was the point. And John C says name it the Jabberwock. Jabberwock seems an odd name for a fire engine, but maybe we can do that. I don't know. You guys really don't like the pink, do you? Okay, so what do you want me helping with, Tex? Point me in a direction.
So you were thinking maybe we should put some wheels back on this thing as well as the thrusters.
Well, with the way the
I'm
wheel
actually okay with
arches sit, I think we could probably tuck the thrusters in such a way that we can have wheels too. You know what I mean? So have four wheels on it as well, so the thing can land, and we just lock the wheels when we take off. Wolfie Boy has donated 20 NOx. I don't even know what is that, Norwegian krona, perhaps? At a guess? At a guess, I might be right. Hi, Wasted, thanks for preventing me from sleeping. You're welcome. I don't know if that's actually a real thanks, but yeah, you're welcome, dude. No worries. It's a big potatoes. Yeah, I guess kind of. It's going to be orky. It's going to be orky red with the sounds of things, maybe an orky yellow stripe. I think that's highly appropriate. We have no welders, Tex. I have no welder. Maybe there's one in the main base that I can't get out through the assembler. No, we have no welders. All right, I'm gonna have to make a welder. This was the problem last episode. A lot of people were saying, like, why didn't you? We had no drills, and we had no welders, and that's a problem.
Are there not any in the tuning spork?
Okay, are you doing it again? You are doing it again, aren't you? Another blooming donation from Rocket. No, I hate the pink. Going to Space Wedge next time I see him. Go away. Leave Wedge alone. Poor Wedgie. So iron, nickel, and cobalt. We have no materials actually sitting in here at the moment. That's not great.
I have one welder.
Yeah, well, that means that you're fine then, but at the same time... Any idea?
Well,
nickel,
I think what we probably ought to consider doing here is taking these vehicles back to the taking them back to the Flight Research Center, because there were a lot of thrusters and motors and other stuff that were left over there.
Things like that were left. Yep,
yeah,
not a bad idea.
Things that we're going to need for construction, and there might be some extra tools as well.
Well, another donation. Commander York. Hi, Wasted. Thanks for putting on in salesman while I work on your dissertation. Well, what is your dissertation, sir? Sounds very interesting. Good luck with that. So, do you want me to go and do that, maybe, Tex? I'll make up a couple of tools and go and start bringing stuff back? Or are you thinking we move over there as a group? Well, you don't have the assembler as the thing.
Well,
should I make the platform?
Well, we could do that, but we have this assembler right here. on the side of the station.
No, I know. I'm using that at the moment. I'm thinking.
Oh, okay.
If you're talking about going over to grab the materials from the other place, I could build us the. What else do we need? Silicon for a nicer one. I might build a nicer one. I could go over there and fetch stuff myself independently, or I could try and build the platform and we just move over there. Is what I'm thinking.
Let's do that. Let's see if we can build a platform.
Because I don't think it'll take long to whack together a large ship platform with just the basic parts on it out of what we've got here. It just needs like power, an assembler, and a medbay, really, and some cargo. And 4 wheels. And we can always rebuild it and make it something more impressive and more shiny later down the line. But I think to begin with... Are you
still in the game?
I am.
Because it just said server host left.
Has Steam gone down again? Are we playing that game?
Might be.
Hey to all the guys joining. Old cat, behave yourself. It's doing the donation shower thing again. What do I need? Silicon. From components. What components have silicon?
You're actually talking about just a platform that we could then carry with one of the vehicles.
No, I'm thinking a platform that has a really basic setup, some wheels, a flat level platform that can actually have the flying vehicles on top of it and we use to recharge those.
Gotcha.
Something super simple. Got any spare bulletproof glass? No, we have... Oh no, we do. We've got loads of spare bulletproof glass. That's perfect. But all the silicon we could possibly want. Perhaps not 100. Perhaps...
Oh, you know what that means? Me crashing? That probably means that we just lost our only welder.
It's alright, I have the parts to make welders. We really need a cryopod. Oh, Commissar, I missed yours donation as well. Needs more Dakar for the war boss.
And I'm getting server 0 version 0.
Oh no, don't tell me I've got to reload. Space Engineers, why do you do this every stream? I know he's from the US, but that doesn't mean you have to hate him. It's okay. I'm making us a collection of tools, Tex.
Lovely.
Because I'm getting fed up with us running out of tools. Should we have some rifles as well? I think we probably should. Yes, this is indeed a workshop, Matt Nutty Doy asking in chat. Link is in the video description, and yeah, really recommend you give it a go, either in single player or in multiplayer like we have been. Let me know if you're still having trouble joining Tex.
I'm going to try one more time and then
give it a shot, but I might have to do the old reboot. It does load relatively quickly on my system, but it's frustrating that we can't stream without doing this.
Well, normally it waits about an hour into the stream before doing it, so it's rather polite of it to get it over with first.
Cats, just you wait, John. We'll be in it for the next week. I think this is me going nuts. I can't really complain. Gonna attack me with donations. Oh my god. Quick, back off. I just feel bad, that's all. I'm British. I struggle with that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's not letting me in.
Alright, let me finish making our tools, and then I'll do the reload thing. Maybe we can answer a few questions from chat while it does so, or something like that. Normally I can be like, okay, but it's alright, I'll be right back at the same time, fetch you for a drink or something. We've only just started. In 15 minutes.
We're just starting with Jabberwocky again, huh?
We could do Jabberwocky again, maybe. People are asking in chat who's the one guy that disliked it. It's because of Jabberwocky that they disliked it. You can be sure of that. It's going to be the same with the video as a whole. When the video comes out, it's going to get all the dislikes because of Jabberwocky.
Oh, nice. We already have one dislike. I like it.
Rick Bearcat, there is actually, if you go into the betas section, you right-click on it, go into betas, you can select a DX9 version, so you can still play it, but I admit it's limited and it's frustrating that they did sort of turn that stuff off. The only defense I can have is, that is quite an old... you must have a relatively old card for that to be the case, and I can understand when developers have to be like, okay, where do we draw the line? There has to be a line somewhere, and it's always going to be harsh on somebody. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 welders, 3 drills. In fact, I really didn't build a very good selection of tools there. Okay, asking what percentage of super chat they take, and I believe the answer was 0. Actually, I believe it's fully to the day, fully to the streamer. So, which is good. And thank you again, old cat. Who in hell? Knock 100. I have no judge of what knock 100 means. If it's anything like flipping Danish kroner, then it's 1 to 10. I have no idea. Wolfie boy, thank you, man. I don't have an awesome beard. I keep trying to grow it really long. And it's not working out, because every time I do I get very frustrated. Anyone who's tried to grow a beard will understand. You get to the point where you're just like, oh my god, I hate my face. And I can't get beyond that point, because I'm a pussy or something, I don't know. I have no idea how to react to 100 knock. Right, well, I've built all the tools we need, Tex. At least we are equipped in that respect. Because you will have lost anything that you were carrying, of course. Right, it's time for that Be Right Back screen. Sorry, guys. Hit me up with any questions in chat if you've got anything that you think might be interesting. I'm going to have to do the Be Right Back thing because Space Engineers wants me to restart Steam for no reasons. It's about £8.90, that's what I thought. So it's about 1 to 10, the knock conversion. As a very, very loose, I can't be asked to do proper maths sort of conversion. Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
How do you say that? Is it a Norwegian kroner?
I think it's Norwegian kroner, yeah. Assuming that it's actually Norwegian kroner, and I was correct. When's my next Stalker vid? Tomorrow, Matthew Hayward. I actually uploaded 2 today. So expect some decent levels of Stalker in the coming days. And thank you, Wolfie boy.
Make the 3 vehicles into a big ship Megazord. Oh my.
What? That sounds amazing. Old cats, thanks, dude. How many times can I say thanks? There's a limit to the number of thanks there is. There's only so many thanks in the system, I think. There's only so many ways you can say thank you before you start to repeat yourself quite a bit.
Afraid as a child of the 80s, I am unable to actually make anything like a giant robot that assembles itself.
I am not jealous of the captain's beard. Let's pull that back. I can grow a captain-length beard. I'm talking about, like... I used to listen to a lot of metal, for example, so, you know, we're talking that sort of beard. I wanted kind of a System of a Down sort of one, actually, with the really big, long, goatee style, but yeah, that's me.
We've got a new boy, lads. Get him.
What the hell? That's the noise it makes when someone follows me on... I didn't even mean to have that running. Thank you to whoever followed me on Twitch. By the way, guys, I stream on Twitch twice a week. Mondays and Fridays. All sorts of different games. Links down in the video description, I think. If not, twitch.tv/wasted space, as you might expect. And now, back to our regular broadcast, where the vehicle, despite the fact that the wheels are not yet actually built, is still slowly making its escape. Speaking multiple languages, cat. What are you talking about?
You're going to have to do that thing where you show up.
Oh, where I appear on Steam. Yeah. It's always a sensible plan, isn't it? Right, let me go and grab the tools I was missing from the bay. We have made terrible progress in the first 20 minutes of the stream.
We got 4 wheels in this thing. What are you talking about?
Oh, that was great. Yeah, that was all was needed. But yes, we have a selection of tools, Tex. I suppose that is something. Nothing has happened to Group Survival, guys. Just some various real-life issues getting in the way. We kind of all seem to be taking turns into running into real-life issues of late. So, yeah, it's not gone anywhere. Don't expect the series to just suddenly disappear like that. We've got far too much respect for that series as a whole to just let it disappear, and far too much respect for you guys actually watching it as well. It's too cool to see how involved people get with it. So, no, that'll be around. Don't worry. So I can't get at most of this shit, is the problem. We might need to remove the wheels, weld up the suspension, and then... No, I can get at the rear ones all right. The back ones are not.
That would be fine.
We've got a
how do you
new
feel
boy,
about...
lads.
Probably need to...
Game.
How come that is still doing the notifications?
Space engineers had a problem and crashed. We apologize for inconvenience. Would you like to send a report? No, not really.
We've got a new boy, lads. Game.
Oh.
What on earth is doing those announcements?
This just means we're getting all of our bugs out at the beginning of the stream, right?
We've got a new boy, lads. Game.
Oh, God. Right, something is repeatedly spamming my Twitch follow thing, even though every instance of the Twitch follow thing is closed. What on earth is that rubbish?
We've got a new boy, lads. Game.
Where is this even coming from?
You're also about to run out of oxygen.
Yeah, I am. But I'm more worried about winding up people who are watching the stream with stuff broadcasting through that shouldn't even be running.
We've got a new boy, lads. Game.
Not very happy with that. Let me go and jump in the truck while I sort this out. Yeah, this is how I've done my follower notifications and so on Twitch, is to try to use the orc voice a bit. But apparently, something in this is still making it play that noise anyway, even though it shouldn't be. Which is slightly frustrating, so I apologise for that. But I do need to record more messages. The idea there was going to be multiple messages for that setup, so that each time you would get a different RTS style, like you're playing Warhammer. But yeah, that didn't happen.
We've got a new boy, lads. Game.
Right, that is going to wind me up big style. Thank you for all the follows on Twitch, but when none of the programs that should be announcing that are even running...
We've got a new boy, lads. Game.
Not only that, but I suspect that someone is actually trolling me too. I suspect this is a straight up someone's following and unfollowing in order to do this over and over again. Please stop that.
Boy, lads. Game.
Fine, I can sort it. I'll just turn off in-game sounds. There you go. Have fun. Oh, that will also disable the music, won't it?
We've got a new boy, lads. Game.
Okay. In which case...
We've got a new boy, lads. Game.
Sorry for this, guys. Do apologise. I'm going to have to go and remove every instance of this piece of rubbish from my streaming software, and at the same time send an interestingly worded email to the guys who make this piece of software, because they've been contacting me recently to say, hey, you should use our piece of software, it's really, really good. And I kind of agreed with them up until this point. I'd been through Task Manager, it's not there. If anyone's interested, it's Streamlabs, and it's recommended by YouTube themselves. And every instance of that software was closed, and I also closed Chrome just in case it was coming from that too. It's alright, Wedgie, I fixed it by just removing every instance of it from OBS. There's some service that program is running. It's installed a background service that shouldn't be there. So it's updating those text files even when it's not supposed to be. Right, apologies very much for that, guys. Not exactly how I want a stream to be going, but That is a little Twitch tool that I thought was just going to be a bit of fun, and in reality has ended up just being a bit of annoyance.
So how do you feel about 6 set of wheels, or another 2 wheels
Can
in
we
this thing?
fit another 2 without them being too wide?
I actually kind of like my middle set of wheels to be 1 wider, because I find that gives me a little more stability.
Oh, that just reminds me of the General B, though.
Well, I will defer to you if you have better ideas.
Thanks for the suggestions, chat, but I tried both Sam Mixer and Task Manager. You know, I am familiar with the ways of fixing this stuff. That's why I was getting quite frustrated about it, is I'm pretty clued up when it comes to PC and software and tech stuff. I've been doing it since I was 11. You know, my first rig was a 386 my dad brought home from work and just went, there you go, I don't know what I'm doing, so enjoy. And it had DOS on it, and I had no idea as a kid, so it was just like, type stuff in until it works, and I've been learning since then. So it wasn't that, but it was massively frustrating, I can tell you that, so I do apologise for the noise. We are pretty much out of steel plates. I can break down some interior plate to make some. Might be an idea, I don't know. We've got a lot of interior plate, more than I think we'll ever use. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it was Zinch. That makes sense. Zinch trolling me hard. To be fair, the short while I did play Chaos, it was a Zinch. I do have a Lord of Change. Actually, I can see him over there. He's only undercoated, but that was... I only undercoated him because obviously the Lord of Change model is amazing, and I really wanted to do it really well. Standing here looking at this is not that interesting, though, is it really?
Oh, and of course I just ran out of...
Rackety, we decided we weren't going to do too much off stream, mostly on the basis that people were asking in the comments to actually see the building side of things, and then the trolling happened. All right, I'm going to lift this off the ground in order to add the wheels, if that's okay, or... Because if we don't, it's going to jump like a lunatic.
Yep.
Now, you being
So
Tex
remind me,
will have
steel
turned...
tubes.
You didn't turn the dampers off.
Figured you were going to jump in it at some point.
I see. It's all me. Oop, I just took my helmet off by mistake.
Remind me, wheel, large steel tube, what else?
Motor, steel plate. No, not motor. Just steel plate and... maybe a grid? I can't see. I'm in a ship at the moment. Sorry, man. If I wasn't, I'd just sort that out.
I can look at it just as you can. Steel plate, large steel tube, construction component, steel plate.
Construction component. There we go. That was the one I was missing. Alright, we're good for steel plates, and that is about it.
I got the rest.
Cool. What are you planning on doing with the top here? You going to change the overall layout of this stuff?
Yes.
Okay. I haven't done the thing that I should always do at this point. Just turn my crosshair back on again. How long before this entire ship just takes off and goes absolutely flying?
Delivery X5398, ETA 35 minutes.
We could actually just try 4 wheels, come to think of it, because...
I think 4 wheels would be enough.
I'm probably going to be flowing most of the time anyways. But it's more like a 4-wheel drive off-road.
Oop, thrusters are still firing. Good point. Yeah, to be fair, I felt...
Oh god. Don't go anywhere.
So apparently I can't handbrake.
Really? Okay.
Okay, I can handbrake. It doesn't make any difference. Oh no, I see the problem. You've got a thruster group, but it's not all of the thrusters. One of the thruster groups isn't all of them. For some reason. I don't know why. Tex isn't streaming, I'm afraid, guys. He is... Yeah, he doesn't have a channel or anything. He is, as previously mentioned, he is a fireman. He is not a streamer. Perhaps should be. Hint, hint. Poke, poke.
Oh, good lord. Then I would have random sounds driving me nuts in the stream. I know how this goes.
I might start working on the large ship platform, to be honest.
Okay.
You've got a bit of an angle with what you want to do on that.
Yeah, if you want to start that, that'd be awesome.
Well, Tenebris says, 4 wheels would be enough, says the man who built the Generals BD and the Rancor, all of which feature as many wheels as I could fit. Well, that's not the B. The B version 2 featured as many wheels as I could fit. Right, where do I build this thing? I think we can just start with a block planted in the ground as a nice stable starting point. I think people would watch tech streams. I'm going to use quite a bit of hydrogen doing this, I think. Too far. How I want to do this, I think we go...
Oh god.
What do
yeah, there were some parts.
What happened?
Obviously, remodeling of the front end.
Remodeling. Ah, I see.
Some wedge-inspired shenanigans.
Some Wedge-inspired shenanigans. You can't blame Wedgie when he's not here. That's not acceptable.
He's in chat.
He's in chat. Oh, I see. Influenced from afar. What's on? Oh, there were some parts in the cockpit. Right. Right. I see. I'm pretty sure I know who put them there as well.
And that took out a couple motors. Great. All right. Well,
We have got plenty of parts here, so
good.
motors, you say? Yeah, we've got enough to build a shit ton of motors. Should be alright in that respect. I just need loads of steel plates. I'm going to be setting up the plan for the large ship. So the plan for the large ship is to make something that is initially just going to act as a mobile home base for us. So it's not going to be very complex. It's just going to have the basics that we need. So I'm thinking cryopods, cargo, connection point for our flying vessels to load and unload, power, and a medbay, and the ability to drive itself. This is basically it for the time being. And then as we go, we can build onto it. But I think keep it simple to start off with. We have already run out of iron ingots for that. That is not great. We're gonna be playing part juggling a bit this episode as well, by those things. Do we have any idea how full? Maybe the truck's full of stuff as well. Yes, the truck is absolutely packed with. It's got 1,000 steel plate in it. That's a good start. I need more hydrogen. Do you know how we're doing for ice? We're not doing great for ice, to be honest.
I don't think so.
Why can I not grab that?
How are we doing for ice in the truck?
That's what I'm talking about. Even ice in the truck is not looking good. Why can I not grab that out of there? Is the truck powered down? No. Is the connector damaged? No. Is the cargo damaged? No. Conveyor. So why the hell can I not take a hydrogen bottle out of the oxygen generator? can take the ice out. I don't have room. That would explain it. Cool. You should go mine some stuff. Like what? I mean, ice maybe is the only thing that I could think of that would make any sense to mine at this point. There's only so much we can mine because we don't have a refinery, guys, so that's not an option for us. The whole just refine what we get and we'll be fine doesn't exist. The chat delay is so frustrating. Like, I'm so beyond, like, whatever problem they could help with, I'm well beyond it by the time I see anything there. Don't build. What do you mean? Why don't you build the platform on the mobile base, Oliver Court? I don't understand. More steel plates, onto wheels and stuff. I'll fix the pink. I'll fix the pink on this one, don't worry. I'm going to tear the base apart anyway, guys. It's got bits I need for this. Like, that assembler is going to end up on this vehicle. Unless we can afford to make a second one, in which case I'll leave it, but yeah. Those points also aren't connected. We can go back to places we can secured and grind down everything, but at the moment we don't need to. We've got parts. We've ground down a fair bit already. Some of the areas we can revisit, but we don't have to revisit all. Where's the wheels at? That's not how you spell wheel. Oh yes, right and left suspension, because reasons. What do you use? 5x5? 3x3? Probably 3x3. Needs more pink. Not enough pink. I understand. We can arrange more pink, I think. That should be fine, right? We've got one red vehicle. We can counterbalance it with more pink.
No puce, huh?
No puce. No puce. Is it in the season? I'm not clued up on these things, Tex. Maybe you are.
I'd be lying if I'd say I'd know.
I just did right on all the sides, even though I even got out the stuff to avoid that. Let's put the right ones on, because everyone seems to think this matters massively, and I suspect it's purely visual. But we'll see. If it's not purely visual, then it's stupid because it doesn't tell you which way around the vehicle should go. It should be referenced to the bases of the vehicle. Nice that this side's close enough. Cool. Let's start taking apart offending bits of the base. Tenebrous, £1 donation with no message. Why is that? I wonder. Well, thank you, sir. Wow, there's a beacon in here, which is like the last thing we need. I don't even think it's powered on. That's got loads of valuable stuff in it. We can make pretty much anything we want.
Antennas and all sorts of other goodness.
Doing a pretty good job of filling my inventory in 0.5 of a second as well. Radio communication components are so damn heavy.
I could have started building this thing a little closer to...
Full again. Holy Christ, how many components are in there? Oh, 40. And large steel tubes and all sorts. The conversion from a ship to a station, which people in chat are worried about, will happen automatically as soon as it's disconnected from the ground. It used to be the case that you'd need to manually do that, but nowadays it is a standard thing that it will convert itself. Right, I did actually need some of those large steel tubes as well, didn't I? The wheels we're building. What I did not need was plates. Construction components, yes. Tubes, yes. That's what we need. Motors, small tubes. Volume not weight. Either way. I am full on whatever the thing is. I am full on the thing. Never make a base ship, clang will appear. Oh well. I caught the clang freely. As does the Tex. He has been well taught.
Indeed. Clang will have their due.
You have to embrace Clang. You can't shut him out. If you shut him out, then you've already failed. Clang must be embraced, welcomed, must live and be at one with the Clang. Only then will you truly understand how to engineer.
So that's the kind of stream it's going to be, huh?
Yeah. Motors, small steel tubes. I was making motors, and said production of motors has frozen because I was on the disassembling tab. Fail. In fact, we found lots of steel plate, didn't we? Screw that. Make motors. Motors is something everybody needs. Not another rover this time. This is a large ship one, and it's going to be our mobile base, albeit a very simplistic mobile base to begin with. So we were looking small steel tubes, large steel tubes, motors, and I'm just going to have to hang around for it to finish. Basically. I can do small steel tubes, but we're out of large in there. Oh, there are some motors already. Let's go and check the buggy. What do you got, buggy? I doubt it's got any motors, because we were using all of that. That was the point of last stream, was the motor hunt. Cool. One up. Nice. Just this bit. Gonna be able to have enough to... Yep. Covered. Got our basic wheels. Which we can probably do well to actually free from being blocked by the building before we try and do anything with it. Otherwise, we will literally be welcoming Clang. I am not a Shmee. Generous, how dare you? I mean, thank you for the donation, but I am no Shmee. I don't even know what a Shmee is, but I'm denying any sort of culpability in this. Nope, nope.
Fair enough. No Shmee, sir. No Shmee today.
Okay, what are we going to do with this horrible monstrosity to fit what we need in? We need connectors, assemblers, cargo. If I remove the central one here, she is going to fall off of what is holding her in the ground, which is a problem when we do not have any power yet. Do we want to do batteries with this? We have some power cells. I don't know if we have enough power cells for a large battery.
That's a good question. So, we could actually reverse it. Stay with me here, make sure I'm making sense. If we have a connector on the large grid and a connector on the other ship that we are connecting with it, wouldn't the power flow from the small ship to the large ship?
It'll flow either way, but I think the idea of having, because anything that flies uses a lot of power, whereas anything that drives uses very little, and this will be quite a large surface, so we can add lots of solar panels to it. Our Lord and Destroyer requires rotor pistons, says Edward San Romani. We'll work on it. Rotor pistons is something we can add later. Maybe we'll drop them on the enemy. I think that's a good idea. And Tenebrous is a... No, I am not a Smur or a Smee or any of your weird contraptions. I don't know what you're talking about, but no. Yeah, I think it's more valuable to have the large surface with solar panels recharging, because the driven vehicles use so little power in comparison, you know? They're the sort of the cheap, cheerful method of transport, which is why I like the ground vehicles so much in these scenarios. Whereas the air vehicles, you always run that risk of both crashing them because they run out of power, or get overweight, or just flat out just running out of power. I mean, it's happened so many times where you just can't charge them up because they're using so much. Am I being a buzzkill? Buzz Killington. Have we lost text?
Oh yeah, I'm here. Are we muted text?
No.
Hello,
I can hear you now.
Okay. Sorry, I thought you were talking to the stream.
No, I was kind of talking to you.
Oh,
I'm shutting down your ideas. I just don't want to be that guy.
I actually was not talking about making the platform flying. I was suggesting that we could temporarily use one of the smaller flying vehicles to power the platform. Make sense?
Yeah, I do. It does make sense, but I'm not sure I agree. On the basis that the flying vehicles... it's a large ship small reactor will generate such a huge amount of power, same with the large ship solar panels, in comparison to what the small ships need. I think, you just get so much more value from the large ship stuff.
Okay.
I'm thinking central rear, we have our conveyor. Is going to be where our connector sits, which needs plate. We can't make we can't do grab drive stuff, unfortunately, because it doesn't work on planets. As you said yourself. I mean, it's always fun, grab drive stuff, but in this circumstance, not feasible. What do I do with the cargo container? There we go. Yes, no medium cargo containers on large ships, only small ones, which end up being the same size. So yeah, I'm thinking this and a connector on the rear. The front end we dedicate to assemblers and the like. Where's our assembler? What's that? Start with steel plate so we can place this down. And we run it through this central section. So we have room for adding the... How do we want to do this for adding the efficiency modules and the like? Probably like that. It does have a port at the bottom. Yeah. And then, where's the oxygen?
What are we doing for displays?
Again, I'm pretty sure this has got not too bad. I don't think we've got plenty of components to actually be making stuff with, so I don't think we're too sort of hard off in that respect. Not sure we bother with an oxygen tank, and if we do, it goes through those blocks there, which we can't remove yet, but I could easily stick an oxygen tank in the backbone, because the large cargo containers are huge. Yeah, we may need to raid a power cell shipment for this, Tex.
For the
I need
batteries?
120 power cells.
Yeah, I was assuming that was going to be the case. Either that or else there also might be like a reactor
None in there.
component shipment. We can raid.
We might be able to make some. They only use nickel and silicon. So, and we had some power cells, I'm sure of it. Have you used any?
Yep.
Where did the power cells go? I saw them earlier. Am I being blind? Probably. Chat is going to be chastising me, as will the comments.
Find out in 30 seconds.
Indeed. There's no power cells here, but I did see them earlier. Am I just even blinder than usual? No. We can make them though. Just missing nickel, which is something we can get relatively easily. Grids. Radio comms doesn't give it, annoyingly. It's mostly grids that we can afford to break down because there was a ton in the last area. Grids and detector components. How are we doing there? We got a bit of grids. Only another 50 in here. That's not great. We're not about to conjure up 120 power components from that. So yeah, a raid may be in order here, Tex.
Roger.
I'll continue assembling what I've got thus far, but powering it, which is we're gonna want to do it with batteries. Maybe have a backup reactor, but yeah. We could. Do we have merge blocks available? We do.
I do not know.
Where is the battery? There. That's in a really awkward place to merge block. We'd have to make the video a ridiculous shape. Guys in chat asking about refinery building. I'm afraid we can't actually build one. It's just not an option. So, medical bay. We have
That
a
girl decided not make it that easy on it.
connection there for the med bay. And cryo. These, I believe, have a large connection on the back. Yep. How do we want to hook up the cryopods, I wonder? Not sure. Really not sure, in fact. Lift it with the flyer. No, the flyer's not going to have the strength to lift it. Not once it's loaded up with cargo. We have too much stuff. Why cryo? Because I'm playing multiplayer in Space Engineers and I'm tired of repeatedly losing equipment because every time we reload the game, we lose stuff. I think this is an acceptable reason to put cryo on it. We have exactly, not in fact, we have a bit more medical components than we need, but we can afford to build a med bay on this. Mr. Texfire?
Excellent.
So we have a mobile med bay from now on. Well, not from now on, once it's done. I think the raiding of that place might need to come first, although it's worth noting that it uses so little power that we could use a reactor to begin with. I would want a backup reactor on it anyway, you know?
Yeah, no kidding. So, can we have cryo bays on this? I know you were talking about them.
When you say cargo bays, I mean, I've got...
Cryo?
Oh, cryo bays, yeah, we can. Yeah, I just need to flesh out the design a bit so we can fit them, basically. It's the main issue so far, is it just needs more work. So let's lob our backup reactor. Is that right? No, that's right. Let's lob her there. It's hooked up into the cargo. There's the battery with the flyer. Oh, old cats with the multiple donations that are also good ideas. We can repurpose the battery we already have, Tex.
On the flyer?
We're going to merge block it into the design build with the flyer. Why does my grinder suddenly not work? This is a...
Oh, I see what you're talking about. Yep, that sounds like a plan.
This is a new problem. I can hold my grinder out, but it no longer grinds things. I'm out of power. That would explain it. Oh. Very unusual that I run out of power first. Oh, interesting. The chat delay's caught up. It was like a full 30 seconds earlier. Now it's short. It's all right, Peter. What you have to do is embrace the clench. That's what it's all about. It's the same with all of my content, really. If you watch me play RimWorld, if you watch me play Stalker, any of this stuff, embrace the clench. If you give me a long time, what do you mean update my death counter? I haven't died. Go away. But you have to embrace the clench. Clench those arse muscles good and tight, because you're going to need it. Oh, that's a shame, dude. That's a shame. It is true, as Jeremy is saying in chat, that it is unusual to get to use cryo chambers properly. It is far more common for something to go wrong to the point where you don't actually get to use the cryo chamber. However, we have lost enough stuff simply to saves. I reckon it's worth it. So grab. Probably don't need all 60 displays. Let's grab a few, thanks. Grids. We do have large steel tubes. Good. I can't fit them. All right. More of feckin' everything. Why am I wasting an add-on slot on the assembler? Because I need to. is literally more of everything as well, isn't it? There we go. Grids, computers, motors, tubes. Grids, computers, motors, tubes. Grids, computers, motors, tubes. Not these things. Grids, computers, motors. Oh, let's grab the tubes. Yeah, a solar power could power it for the time being. And it's not that I don't know where the connection ports are on an assembler, Peter. I am pretty damn aware of where the connection points are. It's not wanting to make a mistake on a live stream and therefore wanting to double check yourself and constantly be aware that if you do make a mistake, you don't want to come across as someone who is full of themselves or overconfident. It is a self-deprecating nature that I tend to have as a British person. It's like you want to be, let's put all this stuff together and see whether it's actually assembled correctly, and I can be pretty damn certain it is. Also, to be honest, Space Engineer's survival mode is garbage unless you add something like Duck Roll's scenario here, and then suddenly it becomes considerably better. So I have not played very much survival, and I'm finally getting to enjoy playing some survival now. It's been a while. Take enough tubes.
Convoy dispatched.
And then we got the motor problem.
273,
Completely dry on the motor front, and that's because we're completely out of nickel, so I do need to disassemble more grids. Fine.
Notice that for those of us that build in creative most of the time, wonder why your welder's not working, and then you realize that you're out of energy.
Yeah, it's just as I'm saying, I build in creative because survival mode in Space Engineers is just dull. I spent my first 9 months, all of the videos up until that point, the subway trains, the cargo carriers, all of that sort of shit was all built in survival, and I just got tired of it because there was no goal. It was like, invent your own goal, and by the way, why don't you enforce yourself to have a difficult time while you're doing it? You know, there was no reason to pursue that stuff because there was no end goal, there was no structure. It was just make up your own fun, and by the way, you're going to have to farm resources for that fun. And you're going to have to remember to run back and refill your oxygen. You're going to have a limited cargo capacity. It was just like, well, what's the point? I just want the fun now, so let me just play creative. And so I gave up on that. And now Duck Roll and a few other guys are starting to give us a real reason to want to play survival, because it gives us the structure that we were all missing, and the goals that we were all missing, and the reason to think, hey, these resources are valuable. I need to worry about what's in front of me, not just I'm going to build a bigger mining ship now because then I can do my mining more efficiently, and I now have the resources required to do so. It built structure.
We're also going to see if I can manage to actually build something symmetrical without mirroring.
Let's check in on what Tex has been up to. Oh, you going alright here, man? Oh, you are putting the extra wheels on. I see. You decided 6 was necessary.
Yeah.
Yeah, as people are saying in chat, it's like survival mode is like you can't play it for long, or you need to mod it, or you need to just find a reason to get around some of the the intrinsic issues with space engineers that come to the front in survival mode, especially when you're doing what everyone wants to do, which is play in multiplayer. Grind the door. Yeah, I suppose we could grind the door. Got anything interesting in it? Some stuff. There's plenty of stuff around here we could grind. It's just like watching me run around grinding stuff is not very interesting. Watching me, or listening to me rant about space engineers, maybe more interesting. I don't know. Another door over here, different type. To be honest, this entire base, this side, can come down. Now, I do believe Keen are working on balancing survival and giving us more of a goal. The campaign was the start, but from what I've seen from them, they're talking about something that we've seen spoilers or teasers of a basic assembler, for example, which leads towards that angle of, oh hey, they're thinking about a progression through the game now. Sort of something where you're not given all your toys at once and just left your own devices, which is legitimately what Space Engineers is at the moment. Here's all the toys at once, go out and do your stuff. It's a sandbox, it's not a game. But they are heading in that direction. As people sort of suggest, what's that? People, I say people. Clockwork Gremlin saying, people, I think Keen are heading towards just making the game work. I think there's a bit of that, but I also think Keen have legitimately actually given up on some of their targets as far as making the game work is concerned. I think some of the goals have changed recently. And there is a bit of a drive now, more so than there has been previously, to try and wrap things up as far as making it feel like more of a complete game, which is going to help from a number of angles. You know, it does need to feel like more of a complete game, but it's going to harm from some angles as well, because I think it intrinsically means that some things are never going to get fixed. You know, there are some elements of Space Engineers, I think, that they've now just accepted aren't going anywhere. What's the HUD called? It is Space Engineers' default new HUD. This is what it looks like now. Which is one very good addition, but also something that I think kind of backs up my point. The sudden interest in redoing the HUD out of nowhere when it's been something the players have been asking for a long time. And, you know, there's a few other elements. The campaign is one of them, but there's bits that just say to me, we're kind of wrapping up. We're kind of sort of preparing to say, here you go. Space Engineers is, in inverted commas, done. That just has steel left in it now. I am not that bothered about just steel. Let's go and continue trying to break down this stuff and then build a merge block onto that battery so we can nick it. And I think, legitimately, a progressive approach like Duck Roll's scenario has achieved, where you don't start with everything, and you have to go about actually following through some sort of story or scenario in order to gather and collect knowledge more than anything else, is a very good way of approaching it. I think Duck Roll's way of approaching it is very gamey in a way that is a good gamey, if you know what I mean. It's a way of teaching players how to play without force-feeding them through shitty tutorials, for example. And while I'll admit Duck Roll scenario is probably not the best one for a new player, it is a very good scenario for an experienced player to go in and be like I'm doing now. It's like, I haven't played survival for ages. This is a great way of going back to survival and going, time to remind myself that survival did have some potential. It just needed some reasoning and something. And it's now got it. And I've got to also say, I mean, while I love Duck Roll and what he's done with this scenario, he's not the only one trying to do this sort of stuff at the moment. There's a few people on this vein. And I really love it. It's what Space Engineers needs. It's just a bit of a shame that it's the modding community that's doing it and not the developers themselves. They started it with the campaign, but that campaign's a glorified tutorial for all intents and purposes, and everyone knows it. Good way of doing a tutorial, don't get me wrong, but still a tutorial. That's not construction bonus. I didn't miss learning how to play survival. I just learned how to play survival before a lot of these mechanics were added. As I said, you just got to look back at my early videos on the channel, and there are plenty of survival videos back there. It was just before a lot of these mechanics were added. I was playing survival when they were first adding solar power and batteries and merge blocks and things like that. Wow, loads of questions in chat. Really cool. Rick Bear Cat says, do you believe that they've gotten all or most of the money they're likely to make on this game now? Yes, I do. That is intrinsically the issue with early access releases, is that you don't have the same sort of big hit that other games get when they just release to full live launch straight away, because you've shown your cards early. Your cards hit the public when your game was fresh, when it was not really ready, and you benefited from that because you got early exposure and investment into the game and people helping out testing and all sorts of stuff. But you have thrown away your one-time use card that says we're releasing this game. First time people see. Yes, I agree with you completely, old cat, who is donating again to say I would socket the battery from the other side. He is right. We need to drop it in on a horizontal, not a vertical, so good choice. I was going to tip it over, but I'm just dumb. And Jesse Rushick with another donation. Cryo solution. Move the connector up with a conveyor and have a cryo attack to a conveyor. Yes, that's pretty much what I'm thinking. I just wanted to make the rest of it done first. Zenstro, how did it go on the radio today? It didn't, because it's not today. It's next Friday, not the one coming, but the week after. And if anyone's interested, I am actually going on to an Australian radio show called The Shack. It's a little community thing done in friends via Discord, and then it's a university that runs like a radio station for people doing their media course. And I thought it'd be really fun to come along and just join these guys and help out. And so that's coming up in a week and a half, and if anyone wants to come along, it's a sort of Q&A and general interview thing. I will try and post the details in a comment after the stream. I think is probably the best way, but yeah, should be fun, should be interesting. Wow, we need a load of grids and a load of interior plate. Also, don't know what's gone wrong with the collision box for the half-built medical bay there, but that's a bit odd. Cool, so we're running out of power again, and what I should do quickly before I forget is redo this here merge block onto the side like was suggested, and is far more sensible. I think another thing people overlook or perhaps don't appreciate fully is the difference when you're streaming Space Engineers versus when you're playing on your own. Like, it's very unusual when you're playing solo that you have to be sitting there doing a constant monologue at the same time.
I'm kind of wondering how you're doing it. I
and
keep
trying to keep track of stuff.
Trying to make this thing, and I keep forgetting to talk.
It's very easy to do that, and you have to kind of divert a portion of your brain to chatting while trying vaguely to keep doing things in the background. Eventually one of the things falls over, and it normally tends to be the game side of things. You're more focused on talking than anything else.
Okay, got a chance. You may take a look and see how you're liking what I'm
way
going
low
on
on
here.
grids. Ooh, we're getting close though. Okay, let's go and look at what Tex has been up to. I need to take a quick AFK as well, because I am actually out of beverage and bladder full, as is often the problem. It's just the age-old issue, really, Tex. Drink empty, bladder full.
Life's going conundrums.
There he is, Mr. Texfire, with his... Oh, hello. Oh, hello. She's getting a bit of a... I can see where you're going with this. I quite like it. This is going to look cool. The flying fire truck for absolutely no reason other than because.
None
Fucking
whatsoever.
love it, man. Fucking love it. Yeah, we can't grind down the batteries. People are, again, someone suggesting that in chat, and you can't do that because, yeah, if you grind down batteries, then you end up losing the power cell components, which is obviously not great. They're the bits that you need to make the batteries, and the bits that we're really lacking on. We need 120 of them for stuff over there. The Texas fire truck's going well, and there is a random shack in chat. A random shack in chat, and a sudden donation of knock. Good night, Wolfie boy. Thank you for the donation, sir.
Hi, Wolfie.
Sleep well.
Hello, Shaq.
We will kill the pink once it's done.
I'm hearing that
I'm gonna do that thing because Shaq's appeared in chat and he's gonna be like, "Yo guys, look, it's Shaq," and I'm gonna be like, "Ah ha! Chat, hassle Shaq to come and join me next week. We need Shaq on Mars. Go, attack, boys, kill."
Come on, you boys. Get at him.
No, Koya, not this time. Shaq's not here to troll me this time. No. The tables have turned. Come on, York. Another donation. Awesome, man. Thank you very much. What does he say? 1 hour and 10 minutes in, and chapter 5 of initial designs of my dissertation completed. Only 2,000 words and 13 figures within 7 subchapters. That sounds horrible. Well, congratulations on continuing to work during the stream. I hope I'm giving you some background entertainment, if nothing else. Oh shit, we need 100 reactor components.
Yep.
Tower reports. Convoy arrived.
Even better. Shaq and Valfor.
Oh.
Shaq Valfor text wasted wedge. This sounds like chaos. Chaos. There we go.
Well,
the chat train is off on Shaq. I'm sorry, dude.
I can tell you how that one's going to go. Shaq's going to try to figure out how to make something fly. Balfour is going to figure out how to make a still.
Wedgie's going to secretly plot to kill everybody.
I didn't think that was a secret.
Not intentionally, just by accident, primarily. Oh god, we need silver ingots for reactor components. We definitely need that battery. We can't do it without that battery. We're never making that reactor without a lot of work.
Okay.
Shaq has surrendered and capitulated to the chat's demands. And the Valfor. We should. 5-man utter carnage. People were calling for the wasted Valfor combo earlier, just because everyone knows how terrible that will be.
What could go wrong? What are you talking about?
Right, I'm going to work on making this merge block freeable. I'm out of power again and almost out of O2.
Hashtag get your ass to Mars.
If only I had the power to actually get that shit trending, that would be amazing. Unfortunately. Not actually a thing. Oh, there's an LCD. I missed completely. Sorry.
On the plus side, this idea of the base works a lot better than my first idea, which was to court insanity by trying to make a small ship, large ship hybrid.
Yeah, no, we're not doing that, Tex. Sorry, man.
What could go wrong? What are you talking about?
While I welcome Clang into my life, that there are limits. You've got to understand when you have a problem. That's what I'm saying here. And if that's your route. Well, the merge block sort of setup is kind of... I mean, we are going to have to do it, because in order to pick up a large ship merge block with a small ship, you are going to have to do some funkiness. We're probably going to have to feat it, basically. What do I do now? Maybe an oxygen? We're missing the power. We're missing a central connection there, but I can't do anything about that until the power's done. So it's just oxygen tank, really. Now, I could put it down the center, but if I stick it on the end here, then we can add a rear connector on, firstly. Let's make sure we can see what the charge levels are. But also, I don't have to interfere with what's already going on. So that's cool. Wow, that uses a lot of large steel tubes. Tubes, computers, and components. We're not going to have enough of that. No way, no show, no how. Got some small steel tubes, and we got the components. Large steel tubes, however, bit of a problem. Yeah. Missing computers, missing large steel tubes. Can we even make any large steel tubes? Or do we have some lurking in here? We don't. Assembling. Yeah, missing motors. Missing. I'm running out of iron. Really? In which case, let's move. No, not into the assembler. God damn it. Move that stuff in there. I want to nab maybe 100 bulletproof glass. Ditch this stuff into the assembler as well, and then let's disassemble 100 of each. Oh! I disconnected the power. I am a tool. Kind of need that still. Kinda need that bit, otherwise the base doesn't work. Plate. Quick, the plate! We also need to make a trip back to the ice mine tech, so I might do that at some point soon. Although I was about to also do a be right back, if I remember correctly. So I might also do that. How should we do this? How should we do this? I got an idea. We're gonna get professional. Come over here. Find techs at work. And then we're gonna do a bit of that and a bit of that.
Are we producing
Perfect.
motors?
No, we're not producing motors. We had a bit of a stall in production. We are requiring parts for the motors. Right, that should be about set up. Guys, I will be right back in just one moment. Let's go to the be right back screen. Add this, and then do that. Back in a second. So yeah, if anyone's wondering the tricks to this is simply just 2 weights on the what is this, on the A key and on the right keypad key, like right direction on the keypad, and a bit of practice setting up these sort of pans so that you get these settings right first time, or close to right first time. It wasn't quite right. I needed to probably slow down the spin one more step. Yeah, there you go. So now we're going to hold a stable position and be perfectly aligned as we spin round. But if anyone's wondering, that's once you're in spectator mode, which is F8, you can scroll the mouse wheel up and down to change the speed at which the spectator camera moves with the W, A, S, and D keys. And then if you hold control and move the mouse wheel, you can change the speed at which the spectator camera responds to your directional keys on the keyboard. And therefore you can get these really smooth pans where you have like really set directions, and you can go and do these sort of really gentle, smooth shit that hopefully you've seen in Group Survival. And if you haven't seen Group Survival, go and check out Group Survival, you fools. Why have you not seen Group Survival? God damn it. Do it! Do it now! Not now, I'm streaming. Do it after the stream. Oh dear.
Number of viewers precipitously drops.
Right, let's switch back to the actual sort of live version of this. She's looking good, Tex. I like it. I don't know why, but the fire engine inspired truck I actually think is... Yeah, I think you're onto something here. You may have started a trend.
Thank you.
Engineer and trendsetter, Mr. Tex.
Yeah, and I've completely run out of motors.
Yeah, I think completely run out of motors seems to be the general problem of life on Mars, really. We probably need to go and do a trip to a place where we might be able to recover some motors, unless I can do something clever about producing a load. Oh, hello. We do have components for some motors. Not much. Could probably do with disassembling more of this stuff.
Bulletproof glass.
We've got so much of it, I don't think we need to keep it all. Because we're doing so little large ship stuff with bulletproof glass. All of our cockpits are small ships, which is the main thing that uses it. Cockpits and glass. And doors are the ones that use it, so I think we're alright. If anyone's wondering about new episodes for Group Survival, there will be an episode from me coming during this week, which will be my grand catch-up episode, and I've been putting quite a lot of work into still making that an interesting perspective for people who have still seen that footage. And then, obviously, we are going to be still releasing the series kind of as usual. Might not get an episode next weekend from anyone but me. I think that's sort of catch-up weekend, people giving me a bit of leeway to sort the shit, but really on that point, we're back on schedule and giving you, hopefully, the good stuff. Watch Group Survival. I feel like I need a camera for these streams so you guys can see me subtly nodding. Yes, do it. Do it.
Yes, have some.
I
was going to make a reference
like
that nobody was actually going to get. Nobody was going to get it.
Frederick Blount with the donation. What on earth is this? Hashtag Shaq Vale for Alter and Tabby Wedge takes fire wasted for Mars next week.
Oh my.
Oh dear, the mess that would ensue. That sounds Space Engineers breaking, actually, if I'm brutally honest. I'm completely at a loss as to where I was. I was disassembling and making motors, but there was probably something else I should be doing. I should add a solar panel to the big runner, because that on its own will probably do for the time being, at least during the day. Obviously, no good at night. Do we have to solar panel roof? I think solar panel roof. This to me, front end, solar panel roof. This is not a vehicle that's going to see combat. This is a vehicle that's going to stay back from combat. Can we build solar panels yet? We can. Okay, good. It's going to stay back from combat, but as such, we can probably get away with some slightly more flimsy stuff on it that we would normally be running. Needs steel plate, and I reckon we whack one down each side.
Yeah, we're going to need to put a solar panel on this thing.
Solar panel on that as well, you think?
Well, yeah,
Okay.
it's the hose bed.
I suppose.
The solar panel hose bed cover.
What?
All the stylish fire trucks have those.
Sure, okay, if you say so. I've yet to see one on the street as such, but
Well, all the flying fire trucks have them. How about that?
Have they changed the attachment points for the solar panel? It looks like they've changed the attachment points for the solar panel. Why would they do that? Fine. I mean, there are ways around this problem, but why? Why? That's not going to be high enough to support it, so we need to do something more than that. I don't even have slabs. It's the worst time. The worst time ever in Space Engineers. So limited. You believe it, Tex? No fucking slabs.
What is the world coming to?
How is that not a vanilla thing? More importantly. Why am I still having to pray for slabs?
You're not gonna have to twist my arm to preach the Church of the Slab. Mangle my metaphors there.
Probably still did better than I would. I am the king of just talking utter garbage when streaming, basically. Look, they fixed the mounting points, but they still haven't fixed this rubbish. Or fixed, I say, loosely. You can use air vents as slabs. That is a good point. They're quite expensive. Like, they're not really slab cost, if I'm honest.
Do they have the same collision, though, as a slab?
That's also a good question. Digi's done the collision models for the slabs very well, so I don't know.
It might be that the attachment points in the med bay are super weird. Okay, roger that. That's probably it, you're right. Thank you, chat. You are, as always, highly informative. Alright, we don't need more steel plates, that's for certain. We do need more solar panels. Wow, we're not going to have enough solar panels for even one of these, by the looks of things. We're going to have to take down the base ones. Which is fine.
We've got a bunch at every base, so...
No, I know, I'm just saying. We're not going to be able to leave the base ones active. Oh, I've got one solar panel up and running. That's something. Didn't obviously pay any attention to what it actually uses. Computers, tubes, solar and components. That's literally it. We have no tubes, we know that. We do have components. Do have computers. And we need to make some tubes because we're dry. And then with the remainder, motors, I guess. Still low on those. Yeah, the scrap is utterly useless. I don't know why it's in there. It's only 110, to be fair. It's gone. Are you happy now? A rotor solar panel? No. This is multiplayer Space Engineers. Let's be clear. Yes, the colour will change. We do need to change the colour. I'm going to do it now. There you go. Everyone's going to be complaining for long enough. I need a good orky red. That's a pretty good orky red, to be fair. And then we should have like a good Bad Moons yellow. And that's a pretty good Bad Moons yellow wheel. In before everyone tells me it's green or some shit. I'm colorblind, alright? Leave me alone. That's better. There we go. I am going to take down another solar panel. Scrap is from Mickey's Scrapyard, which you haven't found yet, says Paul Kember. That's what we call there a spoiler.
I didn't hear anything.
Paul who? Thank you, Clockwork. Apparently red is red and yellow is yellow. So, hooray! We can wog in safety.
Convoy dispatched. Delivery X.
How's progress on your end, Mr. Tex?
Good. Good.
I have most of my end complete.
I think I'm actually almost, actually probably mobile now if we need it to be. Not exactly done yet, but...
I have made a mistake. I have added this section before we dropped our merge block power supply into place. There are some parts on the floor there. I think this is good. I can start using the cargo container on this thing, really, can't I? Oops, wrong way. Wake up, Wasted. Okay, so where are we going to place this merge rock thing that we can do in a vague modicum of safety? I think we need to place it upright, actually. Essentially underneath the solar panel, just there. But it's going to stand too tall. How are we going to place it so we can remove them? I know. So if we... Steel plates. So I'm thinking we whack that'll work. On there. Stop using my jetpack fuel unnecessarily. And then merge block. No, no suicide. Merge block there, and then we're gonna need to essentially, I mean, this is gonna be really tight and really quite clangy. Maybe did I remove the wrong solar panel? We're better off doing it the other side. No, it's pretty clangy on the other side as well. Fine. Caught the clang we shall. Or just not be lazy and just remove this wheel temporarily, because we're going to do this first anyway. I think that's probably the best plan.
I made a mistake.
That should be okay.
You know that mistake you make when you add a bunch of lights and realize you didn't label them as you went along? You don't know what's what now?
Yeah, I do.
I made that one.
Nicholas, I like your suggestion, to be honest. I think the oxygen jenny could be spun. Let's not waste all of our cargo. I think if you're right, if we spun the oxygen generator, we could get the cryopods. I'm going to spin it in two directions, in fact, and get the cryopods on the sides of it. I think that's quite a nice layout. So, same thing, but this way around and like that, basically. And then what I'm also going to do from there, before we go any further, is steel plates. Also tune. Can we not? Is that not an attachment point? Ah, I see. Okay. This is where our battery is going to live. It's just there. That's our merge block. Make sure it's the right way up. There you go. Cool. And then later down the line, we can fill things in. Oxygen and energy, we're fine. Everyone's just worrying. Everyone's so worrying. I wish I could scat. I wish I could scat as an orc. How awesome would that be? I gotta get this
I have an answer to
out.
that. Oh no.
So we need to get the orc voice on first. Loving our guns, loving the loot up. Telling our boys, get the loot. Get the loot, my boys.
Well,
That was a thing.
that's a thing.
Everyone in chat is also correct. This is going to make the battery too high for the solar panel because what I've done is place the battery, their whole sort of setup the wrong way around, basically. This needs to be sideways, not upwards.
You know what I love is that somebody's going to come along here and they're going to look at this and they're going to go, excuse me, but that lighting pattern is not according to code. I'm going to go, yep, you are totally right. Except for on flying fire trucks, which have their own code.
Look, guys, in my defense, it is late. The danger of the Tuesday night streams is they're being performed later than is really a sensible thing to be doing.
Oh my god, that's awful. I love it.
What have you made, Tex?
Hang on a second. Let me, you come over here to the fire truck. I will show you what I have done.
Oh dear. Why have we got a party truck?
I don't know. You gotta have a fire. You gotta have lighting, strobes on your fire truck.
Rave time, boys. Let's get going. Oh, you can no longer dance properly. Oh well. Need to do is a bit of this. Fine, and then. Right. I was doing something productive. I'm sure of
Yes.
it. before I got derailed by scatting orcs and other such stuff. I don't even know. I think there's different chat delay in chat as well. I don't know, I can't tell. It's like very hard to tell what's going on, but different people seem to be reacting to different things at different times. You need some landing gear on that, my friend, so that we can do the battery transfer. This is our next step. I mean, it's beautiful. It looks good from the air as well, actually, I have to say. You need to add the wheels. Or are you thinking only add them? No, we can't do that. That's creative mode only. Whack us some wheels, bro. Oh, okay.
Oh, whoa, whoa, easy.
Or
Whoa,
leave
whoa.
her hovering.
Oh, go. Okay, whoa.
She's not freaking out for me.
No? Not on your screen? Because, on my screen, we just had a little explosion.
Oh no, there was an explosion at the end of it, but from my perspective, it mostly came because you got into it and drove it at high velocity into the floor.
No.
I think that's what happened on the server end.
Okay. Lovely. Okay.
How much did we lose? We can always reload.
Did you just save recently? Because that might be
Backup won't have
easier.
been long ago. It's quick save. It's auto saving. So.
Yeah, let's do that.
No, it didn't run out of power. He got into it and drove it into the ground because he saw it freaking out. On his end. That's unfortunately how it works with Space Engineer's desync, is like what he sees and what I see is different, and so text can react to something that's not actually happening. Which is what happened there, basically. We definitely ran out of power. Go away. It has not run out of power. I mean, kind of has now, because it's got no batteries left, because they're both gone.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, reload. Holy cow.
We'll check the battery power when we load it back up. And see. What time is it? 0:05. Oh god, that save looks too close. It is. That must have auto-saved just afterwards, surely.
Well, like it always does, right?
I think it just saved the crash. Bets on. Chat, what do you reckon? Hit the comments up now. You have 20 seconds to guess. Prizes tonight include a genuine Wasted Space stream. Desperately trying to think of things that I can offer that already exist. Yeah, it saved the crash. Hey, at least the world loads quick. Isn't that fun? None of my other worlds load this quick. Okay, we're gonna lose 5 minutes. It backups every 5 minutes, so we're pretty fine.
Lovely.
Pretty fine.
Yeah, wow. That's crashed, alright. Do we need a death counter for the fire truck?
I don't think we do. I think we're pushing it. Do you know what we also didn't do?
Uh-oh.
Again. Think about it. I said again. You can get it. You've got it. I'm sure. I'm confident in you, Tex.
My gear.
Yeah. Every goddamn time. How many times will we forget that? Right, let's go and check the battery status. Yeah. Tex.
Yes.
Now, it looked to me like you drove into the ground, but let me see how much flight time this actually has. It's got 2 days. Nah, it wasn't out of batteries, guys. That was server desync.
Well, on my screen, it landed and then it's As soon as I got out, it started hopping up and down 20 feet in the air.
Yeah, I knew you could see something way more messed up than I was seeing. I just had no idea what it was.
Might end up needing have to add some more downward thrust, I think. It's right on the edge.
This is before I fix the merge bot. Yay, repeating yourself.
Sorry.
Ah, it's not your fault. Let's be serious. Let's lay the blame where it is actually due, which is on Space Engineers multiplayer code, which has consistently been a problem for the entire existence of Space Engineers' multiplayer code, and is consistently something that interferes with so much of the stuff I do. And we all wish for something more. And as of yet, it has not appeared.
Tell you what, this time I'm going to learn, and I'm going to only take what tools I absolutely need right now.
It was the strobes, apparently. Chat reckons it was the strobes. That was the problem. The strobe sucks up all the power we had, and you went down for that. I think I'm probably with them on this. Too much rave, bro. Too much rave.
No, strobes are non-negotiable.
Were there any glow sticks involved? That maybe that's the thing. There was rave, but there was no glow sticks.
Too many glow sticks. That's what it was.
What do you mean too many? I see no glow sticks here.
All the tracers, man. The tracers.
Should I be letting off gunfire into the air? Is that are we going all Texan all of a sudden?
Sure.
Mr. Tex?
Okay, how far did we go back here? Oh, okay. I didn't
Not very
actually
far.
lose much at all.
No, I said it was 5 minutes at most. I think a ship death counter is a bit extreme, guys.
Says now.
Just if anyone cares, I've just got double confirmation that Shaq will be joining us next week. I think he's game for a bit of survival mode funds in a scenario like this. I've talked to him about duck roll stuff before, so he knows what the deal is, and I think he's up for that sort of thing. So yeah, that should be a laugh. Go like full Armco army on it next week, perhaps. I'm saying no glow sticks, no body paint, no one with funny sunglasses on. It's like it's completely wrong. That's the issue here. You got Tex? Have you got any some white shades with slits in them? Hide a sound block in it. This is a great idea. Literally turn it into a rave truck.
I couldn't find the right sound effect for it. I actually thought about that.
Oh, you actually thought about it?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'll set it up for next stream. I can do a orc song rendition and just sing orc songs as we go along. It'd be amazing. I think I'm pretty much just waiting on you now, Tex. The ship is as... Oh, hang on. No, I take it back. There's a tiny bit more work I can do. Our oxygen tank is not quite complete and needs steel tubes. Other than that, there's a central core missing that I can't build until she's got power and is dropped, which won't happen until it's daytime, or we can lift the battery in. There's a lot of cargo I could transfer, I suppose, but we are once again out of materials. This is pretty ridiculous. Large ships, expensive, but we'll be on the move from now on. We can base up wherever we wish, and that will be good. A sacrifice to clan counter. Now that is a counter we need.
Mm-hmm.
How many sacrifices to clan have we actually had?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because there's been a few. This is a hard one to calculate. Maybe chat is on top of this better than me. I mean, I know we've had 2 in this stream, but in total? That's hard. We'll stick it in there for the now. The 2 that I know. For the now, I'm suddenly Scottish. Fuck. I'm not actually Scottish, I promise you. Because being Scottish is terrible. Who would ever want that? I would never want to inflict that upon you.
Comments.
I
now
would
you're
never want to
for
inflict that upon you. Well, yeah, of course. The World of Warcraft guild that I run has got a number of Scots in it, and so there is a little bit of a thing going on with the Scots and the Brits, as you would expect, because there's no one you ever hate more than the guy that lives right next to you.
or as we
Basically.
say, the Scots and... Oh, never mind.
Sorry. Did I kill it?
Huh?
Did I kill it? Was it my fault?
I was about to get involved, and I
oh,
decided
right.
not to.
You were like, hang on a second. Back away. Back away. Oh, there we go. Chat's hitting off. Chat's hitting off already. Look, there was a beautiful. I think it was Eddie Izzard. I think it was Eddie Izzard. No, it must no. I know, it was Ed Byrne. Ed Byrne, great comedian. If you haven't checked him out, do. I've seen him a couple of times in a local area, a small club, and it was awesome. To the point where, like, legitimately, we had a Twitter conversation afterwards, based on the fact that my mother's laugh is a bit on the extreme side. Let's put it that way. To the point where everybody noticed it. But really good guy, and he has a very amusing bit about Scotland and just the fact that generally the Scots quite like abuse. To be honest, if you're too timid, a Scot won't like you. You need to be able to give it back. Which, I don't know. I kind of agree with from my experience, and it's fucking awesome. Don't get me wrong. I mean, these guys come around to my place every year. I run a yearly WoW guild meet. Like 20 guys from the guild come around and stay with me for a while, and it's fucking awesome. We're missing Iron still, and a huge number of those guys are Scots. But yeah, it's fun with that side of things. Now Tuzis likes. I found the Scot in the audience. Located. We are running super low on stuff now, man. Like, we've got ammo, and that is about it. It's about time we hooked the. I might not even have the components needed to rebuild the wheel I took off.
Well, let's head on out then, because I am as done on this thing as I'm going to be until we get more parts.
Using steel plate and. Can you build a landing gear? That's what we need to get the main vehicle up and running.
Can I build a landing gear?
On the bottom of it, because I need you to pick up the battery and drop it into position on the
truck. On the truck.
Well, on
Gotcha.
either of the flying vehicles. Doesn't matter which.
There's already a landing gear on the other flying bug.
Do you think it'll be able to lift a large ship battery? Is the question, really.
I think the only way to find out is to try it. We can slap another couple of thrusters on it, because it's only got 2 downward right now.
I don't think we can. I don't think we've got the components to be slapping another couple of anything on anything at the moment.
Well, I'm just saying I can steal 2 off of this fire truck.
Oh, okay. If you can repurpose some from somewhere, then fine. But otherwise, we've trimmed everything out basically. in today's
Temporarily,
stream,
at least.
we have cleared ourselves out pretty well.
Okay,
We've
well, I've got
some-
19 motors.
Got some basic stuff, but that's about it. We need some large steel tubes to finish off the last. This is just iron.
There are
Oh.
some in the fire truck.
Oh, you actually have some stuff in the fire truck as well. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Just
Stuff I've
it's
been
just to
dumping in
finish off
there.
the last wheel, and then that thing's ready to go, except for dropping the battery in.
Okay, yeah.
People reckon I need to put wheel parts into the big cargo truck. No, I've checked the big cargo truck. Don't worry. I am on top of that. We've lost the large steel tubes because Tex has stolen them all. Let's see how it is.
You can grab a couple more, that'd be great.
Okay, so 6 motors. That's all I'm missing. And we don't even have that. Of course we don't. William Clapp says, wasted is wasted. Lol. He also spaces a lot, especially with what he needs. Are you guys finally starting to get it? Huzzah! Trust me, the name is it has many appropriate roots, and yeah, they are appropriate. It is wasted space in many of the appropriate ways in which you can take it.
Are we completely out of large steel tubes? Because I need
Yeah.
one more.
No, I put them back into the cargo container. You need to just need to update. Why does it say we can't build any of these when? Oh no, I disassembled it. What tool? Out of iron, just iron.
Put them back in which container?
The fire truck.
Oh, okay. Wow, we've got random plates just sitting around here on the ground. Okay.
Okay, so maybe we just do some radio communication components, which is random, but sure.
How are we doing for motors? Have 17 or no?
What do you mean? Ninja Squirrel say, of course, Wasted is lacking bits. He doesn't have Shaq there to steal from. What? Shaq steals my shit.
Oh wow! Shots fired.
That's so many shots fired. Like, is the Rancor not missing a wheel at the moment? I wonder who did that. Whose motorbike was he flying around on? Who's that, eh? Hmm? God, no! I have not stolen any of his parts. I stole his shitty Jeep because it was shitty, and he wasn't going to use it anyway. And I complained about his crappy aircraft because it was crappy. These are the things I have done. Do not accuse me. This is an unfair jury. God damn it.
I think they're trying to wind you up.
Could it be true? God, surely not.
I
Shaq
think they're
trying to wind me up.
succeeding. I think they're succeeding.
I don't know. I might enjoy rolling with it as well.
Yeah, well,
There is a bit of that. Could just take down this, but it doesn't even have any motors in it. It's just this
okay.
constant issue of we have no, just anything.
They wasted.
Hey, dude.
Mind giving me a little quick save here
No, it's also saving constantly.
before I try and move this thing?
Yeah, but I don't feel like that's a fair way of playing. The autosave is what we've got.
Okay.
We're playing with it. It's survival scenario, Shizzle, you know?
Yep.
We get quite a lot of iron from an ammo container.
No, for something this big and ridiculous, it's actually not flying too
And
badly.
even more from a missile. And we're not building those at the moment, so... Look, guys, I got all the salt. I have all the salt you need. Not only that, but I'll put you to work in the salt mines as well.
Oh, hey, I just got an idea. So if I can steal motors we got
We don't. That's the problem.
I'm just
dude.
wondering if I can temporarily steal some motors from one of these wheels, enough to make a thruster so I can lift the battery. Actually, let me just try it with 3 and see if that's enough.
So Minecraft Mayhem is asking why we can't leave Mars at the moment. And the deal is we don't have the technology. We've only got atmospheric thrusters at best. The only way we're leaving Mars is via the method of clang. And that feels both like cheating and like something you probably shouldn't be relying upon. If you're relying on clang, prepare to be disappointed.
Indeed.
And probably blown up. We're getting short on metal grids, which is what Nicholas is suggesting we disassemble. And so, yeah, I'm going for some of these missiles that we're not using at the moment. They got good parts in them. Enough that we can make the motors that we're missing. I need 1. No, we got plenty of ammo. I love the idea of a assault rifle. Assault rifle. Ha ha!
Did we
Funny.
do have some power cells though?
No.
Uh-oh. No.
Why?
Is
Is this a problem?
Yeah.
For what? I thought you had batteries.
For the battery on the flyer.
Oh. You can take some out of the battery that's on the... Oh. No, I couldn't find any. I don't know where they went, but I couldn't find any.
Okay, maybe how about a reactor component then? I can just slap a second reactor on this thing.
We don't have any of those either. That's what I'm saying. We are slim on components now, Mr. Tex. I'm having to basically disassemble things to make anything I need. And at the moment, that's primarily motors. I've made 5. I'm not going to waste any more than that, but that was what I needed to finish off. Well, I think I only need 1, actually, but yeah, I needed to finish off the wheels on this thing, so at least once you drop the battery in place, it is actually capable of functioning. From that point on, the remaining stuff in there is yours, but I think maybe we need to do, have you got a landing gear that you can drop this thing in place with yet?
Yeah, except for I don't have enough power to lift off.
I can't help but feel like we'd be better off taking one of the landing gear off this thing, putting it onto the other vehicle, which has much more lift.
That's fine.
And then
I can put
you know
landing
what I mean?
gear on the fire truck. It's not a big deal.
At least temporarily. I think the fire
Yep.
truck's a better one to do it with because I think this thing might struggle.
Okay.
Landing gear do require motors, however, so we do have stuff to make some. I actually only require 1. I'll just take 1 landing gear off this thing. Let it fall over a bit. It'll be fine.
Let's why don't we just grind that whole thing down? We'll use the motors off of it. We'll use the other stuff off of it. We have
It
one
is a
flying
bit
vehicle.
shit
It's
and
total
kind of
crap.
useless. But should we? No. Let's. We need to make some progress, man. Let's get that thing done first. We've got the parts we need for it.
Okay.
I can whack a landing gear on. Let's just get the battery in place. Get the mobile base on the go. We can go and
Okay,
you know,
so where's the battery that needs to go where? Let me pre-plan this before I take off.
I may have just been a tool and used the motor I needed. It's fine. We've got more. I built 5 and only used 1. So, but yes, I need to not do that sort of thing, which is like randomly click on something that's lacking parts and put all the parts I've got in my inventory into it. No, I needed those. That was the parts needed to build a landing gear. That was the whole point.
Okay, so I'm seeing a merge block on this thing. I'm seeing the battery as a merge block. So those two go together?
Yeah, and that's the idea. You're going to pick up the merge block and the battery. You're going to attach onto it. I'm going to cut it off from the ground, and then we're going to drop it into location with your ship so that we can nicely fit it. And so if you lift off, I can fit a landing gear on your arse. Actually, it's not really arse. It's just kind of bottom.
You can do it towards the rear. I can keep an eye on it.
Okay, so a
The
bit
third
more
cam.
rearwards. I see. I think I don't want to go too rearwards, otherwise you get strange lift. But there, you hopefully have a half a chance of seeing it.
I do from the bottom. Okay.
I can always guide you in. Let me go and also...
Yeah, you're going to have to do that.
Let me also grind down some of the roof of this space quickly, because it's going to block you coming in. Be quite big in reality.
Saying this fire truck makes me look portly.
I'm also running out of O2. I should probably sort that out.
Convoy arrived.
Just gonna grab some oxygen. Looks like you're getting in there pretty easy, actually.
Okay, I'm locked.
Cool. Let me grab... Right. I just need to refill power oxy, and I'll come and separate you, and then guide you into the more difficult part, which is getting into the other side. I will remove the wheel so you can get it easier.
Okay, that'll help.
So, first up, separate the tanks. There you go, you're free. Next up, remove the wheel.
Hang on a second. Sorry, I'll be back.
I am fearful.
Okay, I'm back. Sorry, I had somebody that was really wanting to get on the desk. Right in the middle of a rather delicate operation.
I'm sorry, little puss, but no. Not now. And potentially not ever. Wow, group survival music, no less. Looking alright so far. You need to go... Oh no, you're perfect forwards, backwards. Left, right is your only concern. You need to go a little bit more to your right.
Oh.
No, not twisting. Twisting was good.
Yeah.
There you go, you're flat. Bit more to your right, just a tiny bit.
Yeah, I'm trying to rotate the camera around, and of course, the right alt doesn't do it. Okay, how am I looking forward, back?
Oh, you're already being pulled in. You're already being pulled in. Just don't fight it. Don't fight it. Drop down a bit. Drop down.
I'm trying.
Press the landing gear button. Like unlock. Oh, you bastard! Why would you do that? You were getting caught on the medbay, basically.
Okay. Can I back in the other direction and
No.
hit the
Stay
battery?
still. Stay still.
Okay.
I got a plan. It's a rudimentary plan, but it'll work.
Convoy dispatched. Delivery X5398.
Yeah, I said it's a rudimentary plan. There's not too much finesse here.
Indeed.
But it'll work. Don't worry about it. Just add a big Bigfoot. That's the problem. We didn't have a Bigfoot. Everyone needs a Bigfoot. Now you've got a Bigfoot.
Lovely.
All right, so forwards a bit. Other forwards.
I don't know that you've actually made it long enough. Can I
Down
go
a bit.
down without hitting the med bay? Nope.
I have not made it long enough. Oh well.
Nope.
Attempt number 2. On the ropiest design ever.
I love this plan.
A bigger pole is what's required. When is it not what's required, really? Quick, let's drop into really, really bad euphemisms. God, look at the length of his pole. It's extraordinary. Yeah, you may need to grab it, like, maybe a bit higher up. Try and grab it on the corner. I mean, right up at the top, because you need enough contact area that you can actually... So on that top corner, right up by the merge block. Yeah, yeah. There you go. You got it. You got it.
I cannot move.
Right. Unlock yourself from it.
Oh god. What happened?
A reload happened.
Was that the battery I saw exploding?
Oh, no. That was not the right save. That's not the right save. Oh, well, I can update the death counter. Sacrifices the clang. 3. I could have dug it out, maybe. Maybe. But no.
No.
Not doing that.
You know, the nice thing about this stream delay is that I could see it explode on my screen and then look to the left and see it explode again.
It is truly beautiful. This is not the right save at all. I love how once you start loading a backup save, it is just constantly broken from that point on. Hang on. Hang on. If I understand this correctly... No, okay. No, hang on. It may have stopped auto-saving for an hour for no reason.
Oh no.
I'm looking at the save games, and I'm just thinking, like, okay, that's not now. That's half an hour ago. It's the right date. It's half an hour ago. And I go to the backups. It's the same time. Oh, no. Oh, no. Why did you double click on that? Yep, it's the same as last week. The last loaded dates don't update on backups, so we need to go and do the funny game of trying to find out which save it was that was the most recent save, and then load that save, because that's the most fun thing to do ever. Yes. Date modified. EP2. I think we might actually, by coincidence, be reloading the latest save. No, we're not. We're reloading that fucked one.
Chad is saying that you saved right beforehand and that you saved over episode 5, not dash.
You say that. The file updated dates. Aha, here it is. I found it. Don't worry, guys. Go on lockdown. The way this game handles these saves is dodgy to the extreme. Just to the extreme. Like the way backups work is just makes no sense at all. Look, we're gonna go and find the 2 versions of Escape from Mars, and we're gonna pick the ones that are named the same. There you go, these 2. But you notice one's got an update because that was a backup that hadn't updated its save time, but was part of the episode 5 reel that I dragged out into a new folder because it didn't show that it existed. And it's just, but yeah. We discussed for a little bit earlier how my level of faith in space engineers in general is relatively low. And I think I maintain that belief.
Hey, that looks good. Alright, I'm joining.
There's a pink landing gear this time, and thus it will be the best landing gear.
Mm-hmm.
The greatest landing gear.
So, yeah, I think Chet has it. You turn off the merge block on the structure that we're going to until I have this in position, and then turn it on. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw it. Oh. Oh god. Oh. Oh.
Oh, and I know how to recover that shit as well. You thought I was gonna crash it, didn't you, fools? Didn't you? Ha 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 ha! Ha 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 ha!
Oh boy.
You can tell there's the fake laugh, and then there's the real laugh of me doing the fake laugh. Which is just like, yep, well done, Wizard. You fluked your way through another thing. GG! Now pretend like that was what you meant to happen all along.
Okay, so guess what I'm out of again?
To be
Oh, well.
fair, the recovery of the ship was correct. The weird merge block fuckiness was completely 100% luck.
Come here, baby.
Clang was
not gonna-
merciful, but then at the same time, it should. If it was going to do that the second time, why did it not do it the first time? I was in the same position.
Am I high up enough that we can add a connector to the bottom of this thing?
Yeah, you don't really have any points to add a sensible connector, however. There's
I
no
was
cargo
going to-
locations, so if you
I was
wanted to,
actually
you're way
going
high
to.
enough.
I was going to add a conveyor junction, and then put a connector on the bottom underneath it. But we can do that later. Got enough juice right now. Telling me I have 9 minutes of juice. I really. All right.
Yeah, juice is expensive.
I'm gonna take this the flying bug apart. Unless you have strong objections.
Nah,
That'll
do
let me.
Do it.
That'll let me put the nuclear reactor on the fire truck, and we won't run out of juice.
It's a horrible thing. Do it. Kill it. Kill it with fire.
I mean, I'm just finishing the committing the coup de grace from last week.
Also, tune of victory. It's victory sounds. Boom. Doom.
You know what was going to be the most entertaining part if you couldn't get that battery reattached?
Hit me up.
Was the part where I was going to tell you that I couldn't spawn because there was no power to the med bay?
Yeah, there would have been that, wouldn't there? Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, a recap on the mission so far. That is a very, very good suggestion. Because I don't think the stream will be going too much longer. It looks like we're approaching 3 hours some point soon. We're on about 2.5 at the moment. That's a decent stream length, I feel. So, a recap on the story so far. We spawned on this unknown planet. Well, unknown planet. We know it's Mars, but we don't know why we're here. We were in a crashed landing pod, some broken stuff on the walls, some horrible sirens that needed to be immediately removed for our own safety. And discovered that it was potentially G-Corp that had stranded us here. Whoever G-Corp happened to be, we don't really know yet, other than they seem to be a horrible corporation. And at this point, we spawned with no ability to fly whatsoever. We built ourselves a basic vehicle, the one we're looking at now, in fact. It has evolved a little bit. It's been given a roof. It's been given more armament, but this little puppy here has done us well. She has been lost over a mountain at one point when we first encountered an ice base with some outside defenses and some internal turrets that were giving us wall hacks problems. From there, we moved on to extracting what we could from the ice base and then moving on to a flight museum where, again, we encountered heavy resistance but researched the ability to build our own thrusters, and also in the interim we also researched the ability to build... What was the other one we got? We got something else. It was like batteries. No, it wasn't batteries. It was along those
oxygen
lines.
Tanks,
oxygen tanks,
oxygen generators,
the oxygen tanks and generators,
flight, and missiles.
And we got the missiles haven't come yet. Having reached the Flight Research Museum, we took what we could from there, including this little vehicle that we've got hanging around over here. This was from the Flight Research Museum, one we repaired, one of their sort of standard examples, but this got blown the fuck up at the next location we visited, which was a secret weapons research location, where it looked very benign from on the surface, very little going on, but we ended up grinding through the floor and finding an underground lair that contained none other than Voltron himself, for all intents and purposes, an actual robot that was firing missiles and shit, and we built ourselves a turret on... This was so derpy. After many deaths, we got inside and built ourselves a turret on stilts with pistons that basically leant up outside of its fire range and blew its arms off. Care of Wedgie. And then raped the place up for all of its materials, which is where the fire truck came from, the one that Tex is currently working on. This was originally a ground vehicle from that base with a single turret and a bunch of ammo in it, with 6 wheels that sort of kind of being converted back into having 6 wheels again. But the way that stream ended was us rebuilding this into a flying vehicle by removing the wheels and then blowing our way out of that base with warheads, because we'd run out of drills and grinders and all sorts. That entire stream was a litany of failure, to be honest. It was horrible. But yes, the end result is here we are with a sort of base on wheels being made out of one of the small bases that we found en route, and things hopefully will start to improve from here. We shall see. I am missing all the things to finish off our wheel here, but we are relatively well set up, if nothing else.
So I'm going to move the parts over to the other assembler so that we can build stuff.
Well, don't be afraid to use the assembler that's now in... We have an assembler in the big vehicle.
Yeah, I'm going to move the parts over to it so we can build stuff with it.
They're not properly connected yet, however, so you need to put it direct into the assembler. That's the only thing I will warn you of.
Okay. Well, the problem is that we have no power now on the base, so can't actually make anything with this assembler. So I'm take it out of the call it production. Where's the assembler then?
It's at the front.
Okay.
Oh, need components as well, almost. Need to add that solar panel back up the top as well eventually, but for now at least we've got a solar panel. It's better than nothing. We've also now got a full complement of wheels. I'm going to repaint a ship into our lovely red. Right, let's set some wheel set. We need a cockpit on this or some way of controlling it.
We are down to the last welder, so I'm going to queue up 2 more. We don't run out completely.
We should be able to build that. Displays, computers, and glass that we don't actually need for it to be functional. Which is good, because we're out of it. Shit. We do need more computers for it to be functional, however. Please tell me there's some left in this space.
I've got some computers on the fire truck.
Whack them into the... Oh, okay, I'll go and grab them. No worries. Don't need that many. I suspect we're not going to have the materials needed to build a cryopod anymore, guys.
I can just empty my inventory
so
again today.
Working cockpit. Let's jump in, set our wheels, give us some proper settings. Space engineers, default settings. Leg garbage. I mean, it's better that they have some default settings rather than none, but hey. Cool. I think the big boy is ready to be freed, Mr. Tex.
Okay.
Kind of a scary moment. Screw it. She's free. Needs some more friction, but she's free.
But when it comes to her, you better keep it sealed. Don't you dare say a single word.
Aha!
I will strike you where it feels.
Base is mobile.
You think that using her would get to me. And if you're right, then you're in trouble, D. 'Cause I
Progress, Tex. Progress.
Ta-da!
I wish we had a ramp on this or some sort of trailer that we could pull the other barge, the other vehicle with. We're gonna have to travel in convoy, I guess.
I thought for a second there you were going to try and jump that thing in victory, and I was like,
Lol.
have you not been watching the stream?
You emptied this thing of all cargo and fuel, etc., right?
There are no cargo on there, as far as I know.
No point in adjusting the suspension, guys, in chat until we've got everything loaded up on it. It's also not bottomed out. That's not bottomed out. Sorry, guys. But you are wrong. Wrong. We should probably take what's left off the other bases, off our base as well. This thing is not going to be of any use to us now. We can migrate to one of the other ones.
Well, I'm going to suggest that our next destination is probably going to be the
Need ice.
flight research and get some ice.
End the stream on a convoy to the next location.
Sure.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I feel that's kind of appropriate. Been a bit of a building stream, but it's kind of important to get this shit done. We needed some upgraded potential for what we're doing, really.
Well, they asked for a building stream. They may be careful what they ask for next time.
That is also true. It has resulted in a very non-existent increase in the death count, however. But there is one benefit of a building stream, is like we haven't died very much. I'm also quite enjoying the fact that we've got like some elevator music going on for the finish up portion where it's just like, and now it's time to transfer goods and grind things down. Everybody get ready to say goodnight. It's been wonderful having you along for the stream. Not actually finishing now, but yeah. I feel we've got that late night radio vibe.
We have ended our broadcast today.
Tonight you've been listening to The Smooth Tones with Mr. Wasted Space and Mr. Texfire. Please tune in next week for some more shenanigans. If you've liked the show, consider hitting that like button for infinite karma.
Convoy dispatched. Delivery
Do it!
273. ETA
Do we have any extra ice, or are we completely out? Speaking of ice.
We've got a tiny bit. It's in the standard truck.
Okay.
You know, the
That's-
old one.
Okay. I don't actually have any in mine, but I can fill up before we take off.
And now, please relax with the smooth tunes of Jimmy Knows on the keys. Nadia Brown, what you need is some more wasted bass. It's coming. I had a time where I wasn't playing so much, and I need to get back to it. So yeah, I've been practicing a bit recently, working out a few more tracks. I'm gonna do some Muse stuff next because I fucking love Muse, and they are very talented guys. And Chris Walstonehome is very, very talented. So yeah. Probably Muse Liquid Steak next, which if you haven't heard, you should probably go listen to because it's a pretty awesome track. Also, my O2 is running out, but let's grab what we can while we can.
So, next one, we may do the little final tweaks on these vehicles off stream. Make next one a little more action oriented. How's that sound?
Yeah, I agree. Well, maybe not off stream. I don't think we might even need it. We've made sort of the preparations we need. We just need to get over to our next location and sort of prep, basically, decide where we're going. There's a few small finishing off needed doing, but with Wedge on board, I think we can wrap that up in short shrift and smash some shit. I mean, yeah, moving on out. Convoy is ready. Yeah, we got. Yeah, why don't I move the base closer to the base? That is a very good question, guys. I don't know. I've put it all the way over here, and for some reason, my addled brain will have me run back and forwards for miles rather than just doing the sensible thing of getting into the ship and just moving it next door, so that all I have to do is turn around. It is something we all have to look forward to as we get older or just more stupid, as I seem to be achieving with reasonable aplomb. quick drive on all the solar panels. Because we can, because at least the one thing I can do is do wheel settings. I'll cling on to that for the rest of me, goddammit. I could do wheels, me! Dump Tex's inventory before you're done.
Oh yes.
No,
Already
no
working
truer
on that.
words have been spoken. Will our heroes learn? Tune in next time to find out.
Probably not.
Oh, and a wonderfully silly track. Beautiful.
Okay.
Right. O2 time.
So speaking of convoying, do we even have the stuff to make 2 merge blocks? And we could merge the fire truck and the tuning sport together. We've
No,
got
I'm no.
3 vehicles and 2 drivers.
No. The fire truck goes on top of the mobile base. That's why it's got a connector.
No, I don't have a connector on the bottom yet.
Wait, oh, we really need a landing gear, and we can just slap it on the back somehow, to be honest. We can worry about the connector later down, you know? I might even remove the connector for now, just to enable you to land a bit more cleanly. Haha.
Actually, you can leave the connector there. That'll be fun. Got a spot to put it right here.
It's already gone. It's already gone, Mr. Tex. I've already mentioned oxygen once, and everyone's just like, oh my god, wasted oxygen, don't die! I told you I was watching it. You have no faith. Have faith in your wasted. He only trolls you when he's being particularly annoying. I promise you. And potentially when chat has also been particularly unfaithful. Dex, bro.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Pretty good.
Can I help with anything?
If you
Or are
want me to
you
connect with the
basically
landing
done?
gear, then I need to put a landing gear
You
on
need
it.
a landing gear. I understand. I understand. We might be able to weld up the connector, but my connector's gone, so...
I'd actually prefer a connector.
You prefer a
I don't know
connector?
that- I don't know that I trust the landing. that
Understood. Understood. I will rebuild the connector that I only just took apart.
much. Yeah.
I
sorry
see
about
how
that.
it is. You're just that sort of guy. I understand.
Well, unless we feel like making another sacrifice to Clang, which is always a possibility.
I think that could happen anyway.
Always an option.
I'm just saying. Motors, small steel tubes, components. Jesus. Not enough components. Not enough. Okay, you have a connector, sir.
Excellent. Alright, let me get a little bit of hydrogen and I can get back in my vehicle.
Now at that point, we only need to drive 2. We have little truck and big truck, and it'll be a beautiful convoy. The cockpit is still not connected to oxygen, I am aware. It's not a big priority.
have to vector me in here.
Okay.
Now, am I actually going to be able to connect with that wall there?
Yes, you are. Maybe not front on. You might have to go sideways, but try front on. You might have room here. I think you've got room. Up a bit. Couple of space bars. One more. That's good. Forwards, forwards. No, no, too far left.
Overcorrecting.
Right 2. Right 1. A slight nightmare. 2 steps forward. Oh my god, there's a pit. Ah, spiders come. Forward twice. More forwards. You're on perfect level. I think you're going to be able to get it. Yep. Bit more. Bit more. Yeah, there we go. Oh, it's beautiful. Lock yourself in. Now turn those thrusters off, please. I don't want to fly. Thank you. Now, because I'm a sensible waste, I'm going to turn the handbrake on and off using a keybind for handbrake on and off, and not pressing P. Edgar, I'm glad at least one person in chat got it. 2 steps right, move forward. Oh my god, there's a pit. Nightmare was awesome. And awfully bad at exactly the same time. Right, where are we going to end, man? Should we go to the...
We're going to end with me figuring out why the controls are reversed on this thing.
Yeah, well, that... Oh, right, you actually need to go in and reverse the wheels. That's a byproduct of, yeah, you guys joining in. Do we want to go to the ice mine, or what? I think the ice mine's where the only ice I've seen is. There's none at the weapon research facility, is there?
Not that I saw. Okay, I'm ready to roll.
Because ice is survival, and we've got a 27-kilometer journey, and I can't help but feel that ending a stream by rolling off into the sunset on that journey is about right. We can do a bit of a summary at the same time.
Looks great. Oh man, that's epic.
Do you want to repaint quickly? You need to get on the red and yellow colour scheme here. We're bad moons now.
Roger that.
I'm going to do my repainting real quickly before the thing rolls away from me, basically. Needs a stripe as well. Stripes are orky.
Red and yellow, huh?
Yep. No race. Okay, yes, race. What we're going to do is we're going to do the official end of the stream, which is us rolling off into the sunset towards the base. And then I'm going to save. And then we're going to do a race. I should probably set Texas suspension while I'm doing this, to be fair.
That'd be awesome.
Done. And then set mine to raise specifications. No, that's a bit too much strength. Yeah. Better. You ready?
Ready.
I think it's time for the convoy to head out.
Yep.
27 kilometers, dead ahead. Let's move. Careful, that thing's nippy. And awesome at the same time. It drives so much better than this. Let's go.
Thought it was second star to the right and continue until morning.
Mm. You could almost fit underneath.
Holy, yep.
You do
That
too
was
much
fun.
steering, bro.
Yep.
Straight lines are for the win.
You think we could actually fit this thing under that one?
No. Alright, hang on. Right. Let's go. The right music started. It's time for the chaos to end the stream on. Go. Race time. I'm off. Bye. Do you know what? I think it's important that I ditch some weight. I should have ditched that. I should have ditched that in your path.
You
Oh,
bastards.
Drift Delicious. Hold it. Yeah, baby.
Convoy arrived.
Counter steer. You got no chance, Steph. You got no chance. You're done. Hit that like button, guys. Hit it. Hit it hard. It's been a fun one. And as we race off into the sunset, like two lunatics, I'm leaving Dex so far behind. He's not adjusted his speed limit. That's the problem. It's alright, we're wide enough and with low enough friction, I reckon I can pull this thing around at speed. Go back for him. Drift it, boy! Need to stop the forward momentum. Give us some actual grip. Go! That's why I did a save as. And now let's do another one. There you go. Now I got two separate saves. We're all good. No, we need that. There he is. There he is.
That's the only reason why there wasn't yelling. You had to save as before the fire truck went bye-bye. Oh.
I got you covered, Tex. Don't worry.
Wow. Okay. I have one tire that is completely stuck on the bottom of the world. I got it free.
I could not ask for a better shot to end on, to be honest. Oh, Tex. Sorry, I take it back. Tex has solidified it as an even better shot to end on. Fucking hell. Oh, and then my buggy goes as well. Space Engineers. You do create the most... Oh, are you going to come back to us? Please come back to us. Guys, it's been fucking awesome. Thank you very much for joining us, as always. We'll be back next week for some more fun. Please hit that like button if you're new. Hit the subscribe. Don't forget, I stream every week on Twitch, Mondays and Fridays as well. And got a lot of interesting stuff coming up for you as well, some point soon. New Airsoft, new Space Engineers. Some cool stuff. Hope you enjoy it. Thanks for joining us, guys. Thanks for joining me, Tex. And I will catch you all for the next one.
Later, gents.
Fucking perfect. Could not ask for a better ending. Thanks all.